Archangel Michael, Phases of Ascension. By Christine Preston. January 15, 2016. Website: Galactic Federation of Light.wordpress.com. Produced by Higher Self.
Archangel Michael, the world is presently experiencing a first wave of ascension. There will be waves of ascension after this one, as well as the next one. There are sets of conditions that are favorable to a certain result or achievement. Some astrological portents are contributing to this ascension. For instance, some planets are actually causing people to feel aspirations towards the mystical, a desire for truth, etc. But the greatest effect is from the extreme intensity of the photonic light that is present in the zone of the galaxy that the solar system is presently crossing. There are 3 stages, or phases, in this present wave of ascension, and people all walk upon this path in their own time, so they have reached different places on that path of initiation, which also depends upon their level of spirituality. In this first wave, people go through certain phases, or changes, independently when they are ready. They go through the first phase in their own time when the portals, so to speak, open. Then they pass on to the second phase when they are ready and when the portals open. It is not necessary for a portal to close after another has opened. Some souls can have passed through a second, or third portal, while others are still occupied with the first level. It's a time of initiation and progress. It's a time when you are lifted up upon that heavenly ladder of frequency and consciousness. The light body is descending with virtues. Their opposites, the human creations, have to dissolve to make way for better. What will happen is that the light bearers who are ascending at this time will experience changes in their bodies that will not be immediately visible, as those changes, such as connections between the chakras and changes at molecular or DNA level, will give them and gradually increase their ability to create desired results as if by miracle. In a sense, it's following in the Master Jesus' footsteps. If you have a disease, you will be able to visualize yourself free of it, and you will be able to overcome situations, as well as all manner of conditions, even aging. But you will have been restored to be able to achieve this. Christine, how do we gain the ability to visualize properly? Archangel Michael, just try and picture the end result that you want in your mind, imagining you are in the desired situation. Dream. Do this a little every day, as you already have, and it will gradually become easier, and you will have such a pleasant feeling from this visualization that you will want to practice it regularly. The exercise of the tube of light is also the tool that prepares you so that when you really get going with the visualization of something else for its manifestation, you will obtain quick results. Most of the light workers are now in the lower levels of the 5th dimension as far as their physicality goes, and some have reached the middle level. Some of the connections have been made for the appearance of psychic abilities to receive telepathic communication, or to channel, and at molecular level, we are halfway there in relation to the work that needs to be done so you can create changes as I have described. The angels are performing operations upon your etheric structure, your vehicles, and like surgeons, are making connections between your chakras, as well as changing those garments of the soul, for the solar ones that have been compared to a wedding garment, because the immaculate nature of the mother is also descending at the same time that the higher self acquires more control, and even speaks to you, whether you are able to enter into telepathic communication or not. It was said of Mary, that despite Jesus' birth, she remained a virgin, and the term immaculate was attached to her. However, it was a misunderstanding. The original statement about the mother of Jesus was in relation to the immaculate state of her soul. It related to her consciousness. The light bearers will start cultivating a certain level of purity and of spirituality if they have not already done so. As said in the song C'est Moi sang by Franco Nero in his role of Lancelot du Lac in the movie Camelot, The light workers, star seeds, the light bearers, who are the ones fighting the battles below and serve, will be like the knights and ladies of the Round Table. They will be with virtue to spare. Their soul and mind will be as pure as the morning dew, and they will easily be able to work a miracle or two. They will become more mystical and will have supernatural experiences. In search of the Grail and romantic love, they will be connecting with their higher selves and twin flame, even when one of the twin flames is not in embodiment. Think of the Arthurian Round Table ideology as a mirror on earth of the Galactic Federation of Light, at the councils of which the nations of many star leagues sit together. To recapitulate, or for the larger picture, I shall say this: planet Earth herself, Gaia, anchored her physicality upon the fifth dimension on December 21, 2012, and the solar system didn't move into the Stargate as had been planned on that date 3 years ago, but on September 28, 2015. We had penetrated the photon belt in 1996. We are remaining in the Stargate, about which some explanations have previously been given. Archangel Michael, we had been in a battle against the forces of darkness in the solar system and on Earth as well. The battle had also been going on in the psyche, against the enemy within, the one the human created out of ignorance, the latter being mostly due to the suppression of truths that have kept mankind captive of the third dimension, and of the latter's conditions, as well as of the will of incarnations. An Armageddon has been waged in the psyche. You have overcome the darkness and are integrating with the Christ that is both universal and personal. Day by day you are allowing the embodiment of who you really are, your higher self, to be intensified, and your divine connection in the threefold flame within your heart is being magnified. You become the one you are, an extension of, in action. The light is photonic and is activating many changes in you. The light has intensified greatly since 2012. The human souls have been uplifted and prepared for the phases of ascension that are presently being experienced upon the planet, and technology is being used to diffuse the effects of the strong photonic light so that more of them have a chance to take part in this ascension. Due to being in the Stargate, the solar system is actually traveling faster towards the constellation of Sirius, where it is destined to take its rightful place in a more secure position. I mentioned 3 phases in the present wave of ascension. In physicality you pass on to the lower level of the 5th dimension, and then when you are ready, to the middle level, and finally to the upper level of it. But during that time you also constantly move up and down the heavenly ladder of consciousness, as well as beyond the 5th dimension, i.e. the 7th, the 9th, the 11th dimensions, in those moments when you raise your frequency in meditation, prayers, attunement, love, and a number of other situations, and then you come down again, but each time you have gained something and pulled the world up a notch or so. After you have passed through that portal of the 3rd phase, when you have reached the higher level of the 5th dimension, it is when you acquire the final adjustments that the angels are working on, and you become able to heal yourselves and manifest transformations in yourselves. This will be because the general conditions of your reality will be more favorable to your being able to perform what would have been regarded as miracles in the 3rd dimension. You will remain in your position among families and friends. You will remain in your physicality. This is for the period of time before you will be able to benefit from certain light chambers, and there is a stage at which the light worker is fitted with the solar body suit of ascension, the wedding garment, so to speak, for the souls are the brides of the universal Christ in the ascension. When those who are destined to ascend in this way have done so, there will be another wave of ascension in which those who have ascended will be able to teach the others. All of this will happen in a parallel way to disclosure. The world will change rather quickly. The lower world of physicality, and reality, is transforming and reflecting the upper world, which is its blueprint. The upper world is descending and the lower one is ascending. They are destined to blend. The more your world changes in a positive way, the more a certain condition will appear to permit the landings, as well as the descent of your star kin among you. The spirit to create a better world, to recreate Gaia, will then prevail. The third phase of this wave of ascension will not take place for a few months, and remember the comparison of what is happening to a woman in labor as she is giving birth to this child that is Christ consciousness. Some of you have reached the middle section of the fifth dimension and are being worked on accordingly by the angels. You are being prepared. Yes, 2016 will be a year of enlightenment because of the process of disclosure and of general acceleration in the light, which also is love, as well as everything else that is going on. It is causing people to awaken, to have the cotton wool removed from their eyes, to overcome illusions, delusions, to gain a new vision. All of that is a healing as well, leading to the recovery of full consciousness in the ascension, of knowing who you are, of remembering that wondrous reality of being. They are changing, becoming more loving, more enlightened, and there is so much more going on at all levels of their multidimensional nature. My love and presence always to all, Archangel Michael.